It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and end. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin's Wharf, Fenway Park, Old North Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Boom.
Wow. I love that. The more, every time I hear it, I love it more and more and more.
I do too. I get chills. Like, it gets me going, man. Not gonna lie.
Amazing.
Good job.
Amazing. Love it. Absolutely. I couldn't, it just, some things are perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. So I just get asked in the chat if I was there last night, Tom, and I think that has to do with the audit committee meeting, which I'm hearing all kinds of things about on Twitter this morning, and obviously it wasn't on CCTV, but I saw Colleen speak. Colleen was there, the real deal O'Neil. I don't know. Yeah.
I saw a small snippet right when she was getting up to talk. And you know, like everyone started getting down in their chairs. They couldn't get small enough because, you know, she was coming, you know?
Right.
Oh,
right.
That audit committee, Mike.
Yeah.
That is an absolute insult to the people in Canton.
Yeah.
It's almost a year. Look at where we're at a year later. Almost a year later. It was what, November?
Yeah, nowhere, dude. It happened.
November 4th.
No, remember it happened the night before Thanksgiving.
That's right. Because everybody was home. It was Kumai. That's what it was.
They tried to fuck us and say, well, people aren't going to show up because it's the holiday weekend, and we fucking showed up.
So they fought us even on the date, and the people won.
Yeah. This is crazy. I mean, it's going to be a year next month. I don't even know where we're at, Tom. It's so convoluted of people yelling at each other, words inside of the proposal, and then we had Mike the Young Jerks had the owner of that company come on, and there's a video out there too. I did my timeline about how no one wants to bid on it because it's just too vague, and it's like not even close to what they need for money.
No.
You know we're getting kneecapped on this big time. Residents of Canton.
So
which I'm good.
The other day they were supposed to open the bids. Remember?
Yeah.
And I was hearing that if they even opened the bids, it was a breach of contract or breach of the protocol or something along those lines. If they even opened the bids, it was the whole RFP was null and void.
How many bids? I heard they had one. I'm not sure if that's the truth or not. You don't know either? I don't know. No one knows. No. Yeah.
See, and then even that's a problem, right? This is for transparency, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would think so. I mean, fuck, we had a shooting the other night here in Canton, right?
Oh, come on. No,
yeah,
dude, that doesn't happen in this small little town.
It was all taped off. Helena was there. It was like a big deal, you know?
Really?
No, I'm not kidding, Tom. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Was it a detail?
It was right after the Pats game. And then we had a child stolen out of a daycare. You know, we were on the news again.
A stolen kid?
Yeah. Father walked in, grabbed the kid, took off to Providence. That made the news. Like, it was all over the news. The shooting, 3 people went to the hospital. Crime scene taped off. Police everywhere. Walkie-talkies, ambulances. But John got no love, man. John got no love.
Imagine sleeping through something like that?
No one was. It was like broad daylight. It was crazy.
And the noise and the activity and
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it doesn't
Mhm.
happen. Go ahead, Tom. I don't mean to cut you off, but
No,
I
no, no,
want to
no.
cut.
It's
This,
look, Mike.
this,
Look who was there. Look who was there in the
who's here?
chat. Look in the no in the chat. Look
I
who was
am.
at the scene. It says
Uh, Raffy, Lang, Mahan, Keller, Albert, good for all. Yeah, you know what? Overtime.
those aren't really the people I think we want at any more crime scenes, Mike.
No, they were all compromised. It's crazy, man. And Rafferty was there, right? Don't forget Rafferty was there. She was just like walking around, and she looks dumpy. She's all like baggy clothes and nothing fits her. Like she does. A chief always looks, with all
Put
the
together.
stuff on.
Yeah,
Right.
like proper, like high and tight, neat.
Nope.
No?
All she was looking at this picture that was taken. The video was taken. It was her looking at a photographer. Like, what are you taking a picture of, kind of thing. Like, what are you doing here? Like, if she was working with them or she was with a newspaper.
Huh. Morning, there's Dennis right there, and Timmer, and GM, and French.
And
Only
whoever's hung over out there from last night, I guess I'm getting some information that there was a little activity after the audit meeting.
So, Mike, listen, they have an audit meeting in a closet. I swear, right? At the room, they're telling me the room is like tiny.
Yeah.
And there's more public, and where they held it somewhere that was really hard to get to. Like
Oh, yeah. I remember you
would
guys.
know
Yep.
where to go, right?
Yep. I know where it is. I think it's off of Pleasant Street. But go ahead.
But that's where they held the meeting, figuring people
I'm
would
pro-
even go.
Right. They don't understand. I don't think these auditors understand what kind of whoop ass can they just opened. They have no clue. They have no clue what's coming. And what I mean by that is just people by showing up, people by protesting, nothing like harmful, but people being involved and understanding. Like there was nothing.
Yes.
Yep. There was nothing in the paper last week about just like a little blip about this, about the meeting. They talked about the new school and stuff and all like that, and just hey, dog bum. It's like I want somebody to get the dirt. Why is McCarthy there? Why are these two other gentlemen there? Why is Kathleen Howley being shut down? And it's just why is there limited 15 minutes of questioning? Just crazy. And the gentleman that Mike from the Young Turks had on said that they might be violating the open town hall
law.
speech.
The open meeting law, yes.
Thank you. Yeah. So we got to look into that because he kind of gave like a wink, like he leaned back in his chair and said, "You might want to, because he's done a couple of these. It's not his first rodeo, and and I really like the guy. He's a younger guy, like he's got a team together they're no joke. And if there's a way we can find the money, either I don't know, special meeting again. I know it'll take longer, but man, these guys go back 7 years, and that's what we need.
All right. I gotta share this too.
All right, man, go ahead.
I just popped right up in front of me, man.
I know, huh? This is crazy.
Dude. Time out.
Time out Celtics. I know.
Do you realize what it takes for these guys to walk out, all 100 of them as a unit?
Look at the caption at the bottom of the picture, Tom.
Former state police trainee describes academy as pure hell and torture.
Imagine that,
Mike. This is gonna change the whole entire way that we police. When I went to the academy, there were certain things that we could not do. For example, we needed to have a water bottle on us, and the instructors were making fun of us about these water bottles. And if you didn't have it, it was death. Put it that way. You had to carry the stupid water bottle around with you the entire time you were there, because at the State Police Academy, they murdered another trainee and didn't give him water when he was on the hot pavement, doing push-ups and stuff. So after
I remember that.
Yep. After he died.
Yep. It was hot out, right? It was very hot out. It was. Yep. Okay.
And after he got murdered, they made us all have and carry these stupid water bottles, and it had to be a specific water bottle that you could only buy at one store. It was the most
Oh,
stupidest.
Jesus.
It was, yeah. But
Fucking hell.
they had to detune some of the programs in the academy that I went to because of this accident. Okay,
Yeah.
so what they're saying now is because of Enrique, the whole entire how they teach, that's all going to get looked at and thrown out and rewritten, and we're going to get a new, kinder, gentler police academy, and we're going to keep going down that slope until it's the feelings academy. That's what it's going to end up as.
I mean, okay. Good. I like the point, but I mean, here's the thing I look at. If we don't have some kind of like combat training, like I don't, the word combat I use it loosely, but defense training maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, you don't want to be in your first fight at Route 2 at 3 a.m. rolling around with some guy. You know, you want to be right.
Listen, I agree with you.
All right.
I agree.
Okay.
However, are you ready?
What?
Why is self-defense, personal self-defense, like if you can't handle yourself, for example,
Right.
why is that not like an eligibility to get into the academy to start with?
Yeah. Okay.
You have to do so many push-ups, so many sit-ups, so many pull-ups within a certain a lot of time, or you don't make it. There's a 6-foot wall, like a fence. You have to run and jump over it, climb, grab it with your hands and jump over it. There are some people that couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Their arms were all black and blue from trying to get over that wall. They couldn't get over the wall, and they weren't a cop.
Yep.
So
I mean, just like wrestling when back in high school, it was probably one of the most brutal workouts, and it would just weed people out, whatever, if they couldn't do it.
right.
You don't get physical and punch people and have a boxing match, but you're actually grappling with people and trying to pin them and stuff, and using all kinds of muscles that you normally wouldn't use, and you have the fortitude. And I get jumping over walls, but what do they do with women that want to go in? Is that kind of thing. I mean, you're right. It has to be rewritten and looked at again. There's got to be somebody in the country that has a state police force that does it right. Not all of them can be like Massachusetts, right? I mean, they can't be this way all the way across the country.
Dennis,
We wouldn't be okay.
that's huge, Dennis. Wow.
Okay, we won big time last night. Got a bidder we wanted. Jen got comments moved to the beginning. Bob got what he deserved. Called him out to apologize. He refused.
Of course.
The company they picked, $198,000. Boom.
Wow.
All right. Well, hey, listen. That can mean a lot of different things, though, Tom.
No, good for Canton. It's Mike. That is something.
It's a start.
It may be 400,000, but
Yeah, it can run over, right? It can run over because the finance committee said they would jump in if dollars were to accrue over. You're right, Tom.
Mike, if they can pay 40,000 to look at Kevin Albert and give him the summer off, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah,
How much is the town going to pay for the Samaritan that Helena ran over? How much is that going to cost the town?
A couple $100,000 easy.
How much is Chris's attitude coming out of his pizza store, storming at everyone? How much is that going to cost?
Oh, she's gonna sue. Definitely.
Listen, he's an elected official.
I know.
He can't act like that. He can't come out of his pizza store swearing and threatening people like that.
And again, I don't think he lives in Canton. Just so you know, I'm hearing it.
More so bad on Canton, right? They can find out who freaking dropped off a duck, but they can't find out where your selectman lives,
or where these fucking balloons came from on these front lawns,
or who destroyed the freaking scarecrow out right in the center of town with 30 cameras in front of the town hall.
Not one camera was pulled. I bet you, on either case, I bet you. I hope that God, God forgive me, but come on, people, what are we doing? It's like selective policing. Yeah. All these people getting overtime money. Lieutenant Gallagher, Lahan, Tim Taylor, whatever, just like all these people that got involved with this duck case, all punching the overtime ticket. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. For fucking one of these.
Yep.
for this.
Listen, you're gonna hurt my feelings with that. Put it away. It's too
All right,
early,
then.
Mike. You're hardcore here. You can't
And
say it like
Tom,
that. Get a
and
warning.
Tom, we have a protest. I wasn't here. I was in Block Island, but you guys go to a protest, and you're being watched and followed.
Oh,
And
Mike, there's people. I'm sure there's people that infiltrate us. I'm sure of it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
you're right.
There's got to
But
be.
still-
How can there not be? They have 2 undercovers and 10 officers when we go to like court for anything. State,
Yeah, but still, I mean, just what are we doing? What do they want to know? What are we game planning? I mean, what's the big deal? What are we conspiring to overthrow the town? This is crazy.
You know what? And these
And
are
we're paying them to do it.
and these are people that are looking for the right things, looking for an answer, looking to have justice done.
Right.
Right?
It makes the town look even worse.
Doesn't
when this
it?
information when this information comes out, and it will, right? It will. People are saying Mazda posted something this morning that they get 2 people that walked in right after him that were just checking him out. Mike from the Young Jurors was being transcribed the whole time he was there. Everything he said on the interview against Rich Schiffler was written down.
Oh yeah, Mike.
And you were too. And you
They
too,
watch
Tom.
us. They watch us. They watch my show. They watch you and me.
Right.
Like,
I don't give
You're
a fuck.
paying a Canton police officer to watch us right now.
Yep.
We want to split that money because I'm sure it's time and a half. So if it's
Man.
98, Mike, it's $98 an hour
Wow.
to watch me and you on this. They're getting paid.
I said something last week, whatever it was, that Lieutenant Gallagher makes $80,000 less than the President of the United States.
Mm.
Let that sink in. I mean, $80,000 less than the President of the United States, Lieutenant Gallagher made last year. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Then you have Sergeant Lank, who shouldn't even be a sergeant.
Nope, he should never have been a fucking. Yeah, he should have been. He's a lieutenant now, but he should never been a sergeant. He should have been promoted.
Lieutenant Lank?
Yeah, Lapolito brothers, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they the ones that put the scarecrow up?
Yep.
And
I think so.
And get damaged and all that stuff, and
Got destroyed.
Yeah, it was a landscaping company that put it up and got destroyed.
Beautiful display, by the way. I remember last year it was just like breathtaking. They put a lot of work in it, and that's a local town. Look what they're doing to that, a local business. Look at what they're doing to the fence company. Look at what they're doing to Colleen and her boyfriend.
I know.
I know. Why is Canton so not what the people voted for? You have a town working against the citizens, right? And then you have just bodies just showing up and no one even caring.
Nope.
Your bodies being put with it's just.
By the way, that Craig Casey is getting more traction.
It should.
I know. Mr. Casey's getting a lot more traction lately because that's getting lumped into negligence, on Canton's side. And so isn't Justin Root.
And how much is that going to cost town of Canton?
Oh, my goodness.
And they're worried about a measly $200 for an audit.
I know. And they're going to spend all this money on the school. And that's a money grab. You know that, Tom. Anytime you build something like that with millions, someone's always overbidding. And, it's just the way the world works. I get it.
In the contract, I bet you if we go through it, it's going to say somewhere that the builder's not responsible for anything. Leaky roof, not my problem. Heating system doesn't work, not my problem. And these aren't like, all right, I need a 5-ton AC unit. It's $10,000. No.
Yeah.
It's $100,000 plus the controls that they're not compatible. So you have to upgrade all the controls because you got last year's controls. You need new stuff. So it's not just one thing. It's a litany of things that, and these are the smart people that are teaching our kids. And then you wonder why there's a problem.
And the Canton Citizen newspaper, Tom, if you open it up, there's like 2 full pages, 2 folds.
Yes.
Of just like horse shit about, rezoning the school, the new school bids, of just like gibberish. You don't even understand it. Like, what are they doing? What are they talking about? Like, it's all designed that way. And like petitioners are doing this and they want to move this. And like, why can't we just have a meeting about it? Or just, I don't know.
Let's have a town meeting. Let's have a town meeting, and the whole town can vote on the answers to the questions.
Or just make it legible where the layman person, i.e., myself, can understand. Well, what are you guys talking about when you want to do this and when you want? I don't. They've been doing it this way for years, right? Maybe they should change it up. And I'm talking two full 2 full pages, and then another 2 full pages of just stuff about the school, bidding processes, all this other stuff, and like, and now, as I recall, they tried to do the school a couple of years ago and it got shut down.
Yeah, because you know how much money it takes, Mike. It's huge money. We're talking big dollars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
But that makes people want to move here, right? And have a family here when they got a new school. But when we have this other stuff on the other side going on, you must think about it and go, okay,
so
maybe we shouldn't.
When Whitman Hanson built the school, Whitman pays for this much and Hanson pays for that much. It was based on population or potential populations. Like, did we project you guys to have this many kids? Blah, 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 right? So I have that meeting. I'm going to pull it up. I got Colleen's part. I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
Now this is raw. I don't know. You guys, like, I wasn't there.
Oh yeah, this is off of Pleasant Street somewhere.
I mean, it's an old house. So look at the ceiling and all that. All right.
This is crazy.
Disgusted.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul.
In your other corrupt man, who wanted the profit, that we just bought that business in 2012. Okay, I've come out and I've been outspoken. I've been silent for years, working on Walpole House, and I've been silent for a long time after sexual predator cops have come and harassed me at my place of business when I was there alone. Unwarranted tickets with bullshit nonsense. Okay. No substance to any of these tickets that were issued. And I've been silent. And I started speaking out. And I've had mothers come up to me, to telling me that their daughter, they don't want to buy their daughter's cars because they don't trust the Canton Police Department and what they're all about. We need to do better for our community. You need to understand, Bob, that Canton, Massachusetts is the laughing stock of the world. Not America, the world. You guys are international. International. You need to do better. And I don't know anything about the Gavin school, whatever, and what's going on with that vote. But if you're in charge of children, you need to figure it out. Because there are women and children out there that are worried for their lives. As I am a strong, outspoken business owner with my boyfriend, and I feel uncomfortable being in the town of Canton by myself. And I got the backbone, and I got the fucking balls, and I'm here, Bob. Do fucking better. Do better. Woo! Last fucking meeting you had was a disgrace. And I'm calling you Kim Jong-un because of that. This is not a dictatorship. We're not in North Korea. We're in Canton, Massachusetts. Do better. Woo! Collaborative work together. Woo!
Nice job, Colleen.
Good job, Colleen.
Anybody else out here want to talk?
All right.
Wow.
I think we know where she stands on the matter.
Yeah, we had her on the other night, dude. I'm telling you, man.
Listen, that's a serious allegation what she just said. Think about that, yeah. Mike. Would you want your wife out there or your daughter out there with these cops?
No. Not after what she told me. Not after what she mentioned about Officer Wade, about going after certain types of people and making them do favors and this other stuff. And
listen, Mike, I caught you speeding. I'm going to tell your parents unless you owe me. Catch me, I'm off work, whatever.
Yeah. I was like, no, come on. She's like, Mike, it's the truth.
Yeah.
And she looked me right. I mean, she looked right at the camera and said, no, Mike, it's the truth. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. And then I caught all kinds of crap the following morning in my comments, people coming at me, why'd you have her on? Blah, blah, blah.
She's dynamite. What are you talking about? You guys were great.
I backed it up. I mean, if you don't agree with me, just block me. I don't care. Yeah.
Oh,
Hit the bitch button. Yo,
Dude,
what?
speaking about that, you reminded me. I get accused of stealing money from a girl.
What?
Yeah, a specific person too. Like they accused me of taking money from
Just what? Out of their wallet?
stealing money from this person. Yeah,
Out of their wallet, or like from their house, or?
they didn't specify, but they said I took money from this girl.
Okay.
It's absolutely not true, and
I believe it.
I got receipts and everything.
No, Tom.
It's not
Yeah,
it's not
you're
right.
you're not a thief.
We're beyond that, right?
Yeah.
Just there's no
Trying-
need for that. And
Trying to assassinate your character is not going to work.
and it's funny because the same story I heard again, and now I'm hearing it a third time, but not my story.
Well, that's
Hey,
what starts.
Look who's
but
here.
whatever.
Look who's here.
Oh,
Hey,
Joey.
there's Mrs. Pepper. Please pass the
Th-
pepper. Great to see you.
I like that name. Please pass the pepper. By
Yep.
the way.
Yep. And there's Joe Joe's in the chat.
Yeah, he went nuts
He's been
yesterday.
killing it, huh?
Oh my gosh, that Jed McCabe timeline. Oh,
Yep.
holy shit. Blew it up. And, someone made another point too. The FBI cleared Karen Reed, said that she could not have committed this. The car didn't hit John, and John didn't hit the car.
And they paid how much? How much did they
Fi-
pay?
$500,000.
Just checking. That you could buy
Right.
a house. You could buy a house with that, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So to spend that kind of money just to clear Karen first, right? They got her out of the way just to make sure they weren't going to go down this rabbit hole and say, well, we figured out she did do it. Just keep going with your case. They cleared her. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, pal. It's really all you got to say. They cleared her. I don't know what else to tell you. Like they're not going to press charges on. They're trying to help her, right? And they cleared her, and people are still there, blah 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 blah. So you know what Joe does? Joe goes to another level and just breaks it down. Goes after the Tuesday Gazette. Goes after Nick Lanza, all these other people, and crushes them.
Here's where it gets good. Are you ready?
And,
You know
and
what I'm
one tweet, yeah, what?
Yeah, I'm told that certain people in another state that are watching this state and watching the proverbial us, they are beyond thankful for the work that's being done in saving them to do, directional wise.
Right. Yeah, learn from us.
That's what I'm told. That,
Yeah.
for example, Joe's videos, they love his stuff.
I know.
They love it because he's doing the work for them. Not that they're not, but he's putting it together where it's like, all right, yeah, that's a win.
Yeah, he's taking
right there,
he's taking officers' reports or state police reports,
right there,
and then playing the video of their fucking testimony. It doesn't match up.
with no lally. It's
No.
straight up the facts, right? In another way,
Right.
That's the power of the Commonwealth. They know that.
He blew up the
jury.
Yeah, he blew the jury. They forgot though, Tom. You have to admit they forgot.
Mike,
They had
for
to.
me to sit through one day. They
I
did
know.
how many?
I know you were there, but you couldn't take your notebook home with you, right? You had to stay there, right? They got rid of what 3 or 4 jurors that knew what was going on.
Yep.
They got rid of them. They picked the foreman. They got picked the foreman before anybody was picked. Judge Canoni picked the foreman.
Yep.
I've never heard of that before. Usually they pick them among themselves, okay? And then they tried to hang her on charge 2, which makes no sense to me.
You can't get. It's not guilty on one, but there's no charge 2, Mike.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm scratching my head going, what?
And I mean, I feel for Karen so bad. I mean, how do you even think about Mike? How?
I don't know how she gets up every day, puts a smile on, eats breakfast with her family, and goes through the day. Hopefully, she's working out, she's reading a good book, and whatever. But she's monitoring what goes on in X, and she knows what goes on in the content shows, and she knows that all of us have her back. She knows that.
Yeah.
We're a big voice for her. So I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. No way. And I can't wait for the Supreme Court hearings. I cannot wait for that stuff. Marty Weinberg, are you kidding me? The Betterow letters with Aiden.
Those are gonna be going down in like that. That is the burning Molotov cocktail getting thrown through the window of the courthouse, dude. He is burning this stuff down.
Because you've started compromising some troopers just because of that. How are they going to stand up and how are they going to testify in January?
Hey,
we can't.
I'm going to wake everyone up.
What are
you
gonna
guys
do?
Ready for this one? This is not AI. This is real life.
All right.
You ready? I'm going to get more coffee while this is playing.
Okay.
I couldn't believe this. Here we go. Don't throw up.
A Few Good Men was a box office hit, but it was also based on a true story involving a Massachusetts Marine.
Years later, that Marine, David Cox, was found murdered in the woods of Medfield. And tonight's...
First off, if there's anyone here that served in the military, thank you so much. Thank you for your service. If there's anyone that has people in the military right now, thank them for the service and thank them for doing a very, very bad, very, very job that.
Yeah, respect, man.
Yeah.
So this is from February 8th of 2009 is what I'm reading. Okay.
2019. You ready?
Yep, go, man.
Deja vu.
New England's Unsolved. Boston 25 News reporter Bob Ward takes us inside this investigation where disturbing questions are still unanswered.
This unspoiled piece of preservation land in Medfield on the banks of the Charles River holds a deadly secret. It was here in April 1994, 27-year-old David Cox was found shot to death beneath a pile of pine branches.
I don't think justice has time limits on it.
The murder of David Cox has haunted his sister Christine, as well as investigators.
David's life mattered, and he was erased.
But now there is a new push to find answers. And it's being led by two Mass State troopers who, like David Cox, are retired U.S. Marines.
Never leave a brother behind, and I feel like David has been left behind for 25 years.
For years, this case focused on David's time in the Marines, specifically his involvement in a hazing incident at Guantanamo Bay that inspired the hit Hollywood film A Few Good Men.
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
We sat down for the first time with David's older brother, Stephen Cox.
Outside of losing a brother, I lost one of my best friends.
Stephen Cox was one of the last people to see David alive in Navy the night before he disappeared.
He was usually typically very vibrant and confident, and he just seemed a bit reserved that night.
Did he say why?
No, he didn't.
Stephen Cox believes David's time in the Marines is key.
It had military written all over it. It was too highly planned. My feeling is it's a retribution. The only thing I can really bring
Retribution for what?
to what happened in the Corps, what happened down in Gitmo.
But the rest of the Cox family sees it another way. Christine Cox, David's sister, believes this murder was meticulously planned, even staged.
To suggest this was military, I think, again, was just trying to throw us off track.
We've seen these photos.
Case investigators tell me there's simply no evidence pointing back to the military.
The Hollywood aspect of it was investigated. The military connection was investigated, vetted out.
Recently, the state police took me to the spot, nearly a mile into the woods where David Cox was found. The site is between two gun ranges. The sound of gunfire here is not uncommon. David himself likely walked this way with his killer.
He's face down in snow with branches lined over.
And there is another detail here that bothers these two retired Marines. David Cox was wearing his U.S. Marine field jacket and hooded sniper jacket. They tell me Marines do not like wearing these clothes in public, and David rarely did.
David wore that field jacket and his Marine Corps sniper jacket for a reason that day, because David knew who he was going with. He trusted that person.
I want the killer identified, not to us, to the world. I want everybody to know who did it. And I want him to pay for it.
25 years later, a stubborn mystery in these pristine woods, but the truth could be close.
I feel that we're going to have an answer one way or the other for this family.
If you have any information about the murder of David Cox, contact the state police assigned to the Norfolk County DA at 617-593-8840. For New England's Unsolved, I'm Bob Ward, Boston 25 News.
What do you think of that?
Conflicted.
I don't understand how these people are like out there.
That's interesting, Tom. Those are both jarheads. You know that, right?
Mike, who would go from gun range to gun range? Think about this. And who would be able to carry a weapon from gun range to gun range through the woods?
Right.
Who
Yeah.
would be able to do that?
An officer of the law.
25 years ago, right?
Yeah. Well, was it 25 years ago? Because Bukaki and
5 years ago. Yep.
Fanny, they were troopers 25 years ago? Or they're just reinvestigating the cold case. Is that what you're saying? Okay, yeah. Maybe they're just reinvestigating the cold case. But yeah, to see Fanny on there and to see Buchanan is just, to see right there alone, I'm already conflicted because I already know what they've done, right? So, the past will repeat itself if you don't change it, right? History will just keep on repeating itself. So, and it looks like it was just in the Sisters Gun Gear. It looks like it was a stage hit. He was acting kind of different that day. I mean, it just goes right down the timeline of like, this makes sense. Like, so again,
Mike, do you think maybe he'd be with another Marine?
Of course he would. Of course he would, because they don't wear that gear out. They don't wear that gear around because they don't want anybody to know. So to wear that, you're making a statement.
To bring it.
To wear that, you go to a gun range and maybe you have a heavy gun with you too. M8, M4, M4, whatever you want to bring.
Something, right?
Shoot. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. That's a good find, bro. Did someone said that to you? Or did you find that?
That was a friend of mine sent that to me.
Yeah, that's something.
And I was just blown away, and I'm just like, wait a minute. And I'm starting to think about it. Like, who would go from gun range to gun range?
Right.
With a gun, not the average person.
In the woods and walk.
Right. I mean, if you get caught with it, you have a license to carry, so you have to be known.
Yeah.
That narrows the field down, right?
And gunshots aren't uncommon in that area, so to hear something wouldn't be a surprise to you.
Right.
And then to have his body covered up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was planned. Obviously, it was a hit. And so, if I remember hearing, there was an issue in Gitmo.
He was that Few Good Men. He was part of that.
Yeah,
he was involved in that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that whole Gitmo.
And that has to do with women. That has to do with what? In like
interrogations.
But it's also where, like these people were beaten.
Oh, they
got beaten.
It's in Cuba. It's a place where you can take a hostage, we'll call them, from the Middle East and interrogate them, waterboard them, and there's no penalty for it.
So if you, for example, were a Marine and you were tasked to go get somebody and you went and got him and you beat him up, you could say he resisted.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, even in Gitmo, you could do whatever you wanted. It wasn't. There was no nothing.
So there's propensity for violence and that whole type of a thing.
Oh, that's what that is. It's a concentration camp.
Yeah.
There's people there for years, Tom. Years.
Long time. And we don't even know who's in there. That's the whole thing. It's meant to. And there are other sites, Mike. They get ships. They get people on ships or something floating around the ocean.
And there's innocent people in there too.
Yeah.
But they can't. They have no voice. But that's a whole getting off subject. But that's a whole other thing. But I really don't want to talk about that stuff. Yeah, it's nasty.
I actually spoke to a lady on one of the standouts, and she's involved in this group. It's like the Innocence Project.
Okay.
I think it's called the Harriet Truman Project or something like that.
Yeah.
And all she does is help wrongfully convicted people. And she says that there's a lot of people that are just absolutely railroaded.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, if we look and see what, Mike, if what happened to Karen happened to somebody else, where are you? You're taking the plea. You're gonna go in and get the less out because your lawyer's gonna say, "Hey, dude, listen, that's a good offer. I'd take it if I was you. He did die, and it's state police, and
you know where it comes from that resolve.
And then
Her
they got to
family.
pay that guy too, because that guy's he's in cahoots with them too.
It all starts with her resolve, her belief in her innocence, and her family's belief in her. You know, if she didn't have the backing and surrounding the love, it would have been a lot harder.
Oh
Been
my
a lot
God.
harder.
Next
So
to
you take a person, let's say inner city, that does, you know, single mom.
Yep.
This guy gets railroaded. What is he? What chances does he have? Like a Brian Albert coming after you and trying to put you away for possession of something. You got no shot in hell, bro.
None. Yep.
You know, as long as they have the drugs in the car, you close to the drugs, you with some cash on you, you're doing time.
Bye-bye. Yep. That's all it takes.
Right.
And how easy is it to get the hands on that type of stuff?
You can pick it up in the morning and take it up with you that day.
Yeah, take it home with you if you want. Just
Yeah.
check it out of evidence log, and that ticket will get lost.
Or take it from your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this crazy shit that happens with that stuff. Even guns get planted all the time.
Yep.
All, you know that. You probably know that.
Yeah.
They get,
Yeah. It's just.
So yeah, so if I was to give you a percentage of people that are locked up that are, you know, that are not guilty,
Yeah.
I would say like 10%, 5%, so in that range.
Yeah, I'm probably in that range with you. I'm probably
Right?
there. Mike, it should be
forget-
zero though. That's kind of like. I understand the justice system has holes, but not 10% holes.
So 650,000 people are incarcerated in the United States, right?
What's 10% of that?
So 6,000 people.
And half
That
of that
makes-
is what? Half is
3,000
3,000 people.
So you
That's
gotta
a lot of
think-
people.
You got to think that those people are writing letters to the innocent. And what do they take? One a year? What are your chances?
Just think of the data dump they're gonna get, because it's been how many trials and the evidence and the cops and the
Oh, look at, there's a guy just released in Massachusetts. I forget his last name, but he got 15 million. But the guy spent 25 years in jail for nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Imagine.
That was Norfolk too, wasn't it? Well, Norfolk
was.
County did it. They set the guy up.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know his last. I think his last name, but I apologize.
So Jess Machado, you know her?
I saw the Parthia. Did you see that? I didn't read it, but I heard.
Yeah.
I heard there's some shit coming out, huh?
There's Mike. Bedro hasn't even started writing letters.
Oh, he's gonna get involved with the Parthia stuff, or just you talking about Jess Machado?
Like Jess, with what Jess is bringing out, right?
I know.
And what Mark's bringing out, right? What Karen's attorney's got to bring out, if they're able to bring this stuff out. I mean, Mike, they're not. People in power stay in power. They don't let the Bedro letters go get published. They don't let Jess Machado have certain data. Like they protect that.
Of course.
So the fact that we have it, it's a way in to break that system up. However, whatever, right? Whether it's the Bedro letters or Karen's attorneys or something else, the Canton 9. Think of that, Mike. The rubber ducks situation, like the Canton, the guy. I mean, Mike, we can go on and on. How much surveillance do you think they've done that's unwarranted? Just Norfolk County.
Oh, Jesus, hours. I mean, hundreds of hours.
Why?
Hundreds of hours.
Why? So guess what? You're going to surveil me. I go to the Patriots game. You flip your badge. You walk right through the gate. I'm following that dude right there. Got the gate, says you're in. Go.
Yep. That's great. Yeah, that's what wasn't 2 straight troopers at the game last week.
Yeah, they were at the Sox game. They were
Patriots
they
game.
were acting
Patriots game.
unprofessional outside of being a police officer. What a great job, Massachusetts.
I know. Unbecoming of a police officer, right? Add alcohol, anything can happen, right? I know. It's crazy, man. I don't understand the mindset sometimes of how you get through that academy and you come out and you give your gun and a badge and you go say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Well, you're literally a puppet. Okay, boss. You know, I'll go do it. You know,
follow orders.
Can't think for yourself, right? And you're a detective, so you have to have a mind where you're like, okay, let me follow where the evidence is going to take me. Not in this case.
Not in any case.
I'm going to follow the evidence where I need it to go, so it makes you go away. Because again, look at the Walsh. I know the Walsh case is coming out.
Yeah.
Look at the Karen Reed investigation. It was two, and Microdots did this with another investigation. It is completely two different investigations.
Mike.
Completely different.
Banning copied that dude's phone and had it back with him.
A day.
One day. Because, Mike, it really, legitimately, is that easy.
I know.
You plug it in and you
Yeah.
hit copy.
Yeah.
And it does it all by itself. You just sit back, have a coffee, chill out, watch you and me on the screen, you know.
So what makes you think it's been over 100 days for Turtle Boys? What makes you think that what's
360 days? How isn't it?
Okay.
Almost 60? Yeah, it was
I'm sorry. A year. I
year.
apologize. So what makes you think, or what is on that?
And here's the reason. They're looking at his phone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's got this. He knows that. He's talking to this person who knows this. Uh-oh.
We got to lock him up.
Nothing but bad news. So they're not giving it back to him because now he can't say, "Hey, look at this." Aiden doesn't have that ability. Right. He knows in his head that this is what happened. You know, he knows the whole thing. And think of the stuff that he can't even talk about yet.
I know.
Think of those stories. I mean, Mike, what number are we on now? Let's find out.
Oh, for his blogs?
Yeah.
I think he's in the 400 something.
More.
You think so?
I know it is. It's more.
All right.
I'm gonna look. It should be 0, but yet no. Good pitches. All right, not that page. Yeah. I mean, if you see anybody out, Mike.
Yeah.
The way that the people that are out there are acting is wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
The McAlberts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
416, Mike, and we're not even done.
I was close. You know why? Because I heard him say it the other day. That's why. He's got a story every day. He's got something happens every day, like whether it be the Duckies or whether it be Jill.
416. It's been 365 days, and the dude was in jail 60 of the 416.
I know. Illegally incarcerated. That's going to cost the state so much fucking money.
He's got 416 blogs, Mike. There's 365 days a year. Jesus. That's a lot.
And he could write about last night, right? He could write about last night. But, it's like someone else covers it, but he can write about last night. He's not even from Canton, and he cares about Canton more than some of the people in this town do. You know, if someone was saying that, this town's not divided, it's more like 80-20, 90-10, I have a hard time. But I'm with you, though. I'm with you. Yeah. I live in a bubble over here sometimes, and I don't get it as much. But that meeting last night with people standing up and talking, I wish there's gonna be more video coming out, obviously today, I would imagine. But good for you guys, man. Good for you guys. I'm happy. I'm proud.
There's I think the cadets graduate tomorrow. Minus 100.
All right, so what? All right, this is the other question I had. If maybe you know the answer to. How many went in and how many left? I don't know the number.
Yeah, I'm not sure what went in, but I'm pretty sure 100 just walked out.
Right.
Do you know what it takes to walk out of a career like that? Mike, that's a lot of money. That's what? Probably 80 million, 90 million career total to make as a trooper.
I tip my cap to those troopers or would-be troopers that said, you know what, this is not for me. I don't like the way this is run. There's something wrong here. Hopefully, Colonel Noble sits each one of those down and wants to know why you left.
Oh, that new guy?
Yeah,
he started his career down in Cape.
Okay. As what, a federal agent?
As a townie.
Really?
Got picked up in Jersey, worked up the ranks.
Good.
And now he came back, but I'm not hearing too many good things about him.
Well,
not from I think he was asked to leave.
actions speak louder than words. Everybody gets a second chance.
Yep.
You know, he's got a family with younger kids. He wants to prove a point.
Just don't ask. Listen, just don't ask for a friggin' interview, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, Tom, he's still slighted by that. But I think the only way he can go is up. Yeah, Colonel Mond didn't do nothing. I mean, he just collected a check.
Mike, why would you pick somebody from New Jersey, Mike?
Because we didn't want to pick
he's
somebody.
Close enough that he can commute, or he's going to move up here?
He moved up here.
Oh, okay. You sure about that?
I did. I already moved his family up here. I did.
Okay.
I read that. Yeah. Is it physically moved up here? Yeah. I think his kids are in school. Whatever it might be. Yeah. I think he is. Double check me, but I heard he moved up here. Why? Yeah. Why wouldn't you? I'd want to live in the state. But again, this is Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But, I
it's
think
Massachusetts where you think we're going to let someone else come in and run the show?
Yeah.
Like, think about this, Mike. The show's been going on for how long? How long has the Mass Police been doing this? The state police?
Generational.
You think we're gonna let this guy come in and take over? Like, really? Who the hell are you? We were here first, guy. They're gonna. You think it's bad here? Try walking into that job.
He's gonna have a tough time. He's gonna have to surround himself with some pretty strong, like-minded people, man. And I don't know if he's gonna be able to find that right away, unless he brings people up from New Jersey or from wherever that he can trust. Like, like how do you go into an organization and you're the top guy, but you get a bad situation, and then you're picking the same people to surround yourself with that are bad? Just not going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not going to work. So Maura Healey just did it for votes, and she had to do something. And I'm proud of Etsy for being out front of the State House when he walked by.
Good for her, man.
Yeah,
that was mentioned too.
I saw that. You posted that yesterday. I saw that. And I was like, really? Wow.
Good for her. She does a lot of work.
One protester out front of the State House when Colonel Noble walked by. I don't know if they acknowledge each other, because I'm sure Etsy would have wrote something, but they walked right by her.
Yeah, he knows. Well, I mean, what a perfect opportunity for him to say, "Hey, I understand, and we'll see what we can do." Something. Nope, just walk right by her.
And we need the people in Washington D.C. Like, I know there's a protest down there, stand out and stuff. But there's some juice down there if we get the right ears, make the right noises, and, as Sue O'Connell would say, write a strongly worded email, heck off, and not protest anymore. I won't get you going. But
the problem with Sue O'Connell is Sue O'Connell knows better. Like, you can't give her a pass, Mike. She's been here. She ate donuts with us.
No,
she knows.
Did you see Twitter this morning is blowing her? She wrote something about, I'm a single mom. I walk my dog at 5 a.m. I cook dinner. I have a full-time job. I don't sit on Twitter all day. And people are just blowing her up, which doesn't give you the right to go on national TV and say stupid things where people don't agree with you. Sue, you just need to go. Cover something else. Go somewhere else.
And I hear that, maybe the higher ups are saying, listen, you got to play both sides of the fence, right?
Yeah. She didn't ask any questions. She just blasted us. She didn't ask any questions.
And everyone's like, oh, well, that's okay, right? Because I get it. But time out. What about Ted Daniels? You think he friggin' sits down for anybody? No. I think he'll hold on to something and he'll strategically let it go. Yeah, I think there's stuff that he knows he ain't reporting on. But
of course,
he's not sitting on anything. No way, no how.
Right. I hope not. But Sue, I'm really disappointed in Sue.
Yep.
I just feel
she
like
knows better. She knows she's on the ground. She's there with us, Mike. You've seen her there.
Aiden is totally blasting her, and he's asking the right questions of her. Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you ask that? We know how you feel. You're sitting on the fence. Why aren't you picking a side here? Well, we have all the proof and all the data on our side. We have the FBI that cleared Karen. And you won't even mention it.
Exactly. And she won't even, Mike, she knows better. That's why she can't claim ignorance on this. She's been here. She knows.
Right. That's right. So what? Ratings? Just get you back next week or keep it going? And whoever the fucking producers are over there, fuck off, man. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
All it does is cause more fire, right? She's getting crushed on X.
But we're talking about her, right?
Yeah. Right?
Maybe it worked. Maybe this is her plan.
So I read her stuff yesterday, and it was
now
like,
becoming irrelevant again.
And now she's like this morning saying stuff, and like she's like, I don't sit on X all day. Well, then have one of your fucking admins do it for you. To tell you what the fuck is going on, and say, listen, Sue, you might want to do something about this. Okay?
You would think so.
You want to save your career, Sue? Sue, you want to answer this question, Sue? What do you want to do? No, I'm gonna fucking ignore it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck. Fuck that shit, man.
Frustrating.
It is because we're living it, dude. I live in Canton. There's a fucking shooting the other day. We don't know nothing about it yet. Still, 3 people went to the hospital. No clue.
Who got shot?
What was the
motive? It
motive?
was a domestic.
I don't, Tom. If you're right, I don't know.
Yeah.
So if you live in Canton and you go to Stop and Shop, I don't know. My wife just showed me a picture of a 3rd-level sex offender that lives right near the waterfall. Okay? No one knows that. His picture's right on there. Look it up, people. He is a colored gentleman, lives in his apartments right near the waterfall. He's a 3rd-level sex offender.
Wow.
Yep.
I never knew
he's
that.
There. Yeah, he's there now.
I never would have even thought of to even look either.
Yeah, look, people in Canton.
Yeah.
If you're listening, look up the sex offender list in Canton. It's going to blow your mind.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy is near the waterfall where kids get dropped off in the school buses and walk down the streets. No wonder you see the parents right there waiting for them to get off the bus. Maybe they're paying attention. You know what I mean? I didn't have kids in this town, right? I don't have kids in this town, but I still want to know.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know. Yeah. I want to know.
Listen, yeah, because if you see him walking out of his house, you got to keep an eye on him. Make sure he's not doing something he shouldn't be doing. So, because you care about, Mike, you care about your community. You're going to give the guy a pass because he's just there, not doing anything wrong. Until he does something wrong, then you're going to step in.
Well, yeah,
I believe that. And that's how it should be.
I play offense, not defense. And what I mean by that, I'm proactive instead of reactive.
Right.
I want to know ahead of time and saying, after this guy assaults somebody, be like, oh, he was a level 3. Oh, we didn't know.
By the way, right.
Shame on me. Shame on me, right? You got to know, people, not only is the school board shit going on, not only is the new school going on, not only is the Canton police corrupt going on, not only is the audit corruption going on, not only do we have shootings going on, not only do we have the chief not talking to us,
kidnappings.
We have kidnappings going on, bodies in 8 years, and we have a level 3 sex offenders living in our town. What is going on? What? And we're trying to run a small business out of the town.
No.
What are we doing?
You're only allowed seven pieces of equipment, by the way.
I know. Did you hear that the other night?
Like
7 pieces.
Kneecapping somebody. Jesus.
Oh, trust me, they got a lawyer.
Good.
Oh, speaking of lawyers, this guy that got arrested for the Patriots the other day, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the girl's attorney is Wendy Murphy? Grant's mother.
No hope for this world.
So they already have video evidence proving the charges to be false, but the possession thing is kind of, I don't know where you're going to go with that, but still. You know what is
Oh my God, she's gonna get oh my God, I'm covering that trial. Oh man, take it to trial.
His punishment is, they're already talking about, he's gonna play another 5 years for the Patriots.
That's not even funny.
He's a fucking. Well, first of all, what are you doing out till the wee hours on a Saturday morning when you had a game on Sunday?
Nothing good happens after midnight. Remember that saying?
Yeah.
Nothing good
My
happens
mom
after
told me that.
midnight. Yeah.
And that is the truth, huh? In Marshfield and Duxbury, it was after 11.
Time zone.
So great.
It's
great.
Going to that whole thing.
Oh man, I mean, I can't get on. I just named off 6 things that are going on in this town, right? The bleach bombs, which wasn't even bleach; it was chemicals. We haven't heard shit about that. Nothing. Not a word.
And he doesn't even live in town. The guy who owns a restaurant where the chemicals came from.
Right. And here's the Canton Fence Company getting lambasted, right, by the police. We hear about that, right? We have the Canton 9 lambasted, the Jim Ferris and Jill Daniels situation. swept under the rug or tried to get it swept under the rug. He's going to go fund me for a lawyer. Come on. I mean, see the stuff I just think about 10 different things around Canton that is complete horseshit. You got a lady that had a horse taken away because she had FKR written on it. Okay, I'll keep going.
The blanket that covered the horse had FKR on it, and they took her horse away. They took her freaking horse, dude.
And then you have mass accountability at the Stoughton District Court one day filming, and they find a cruiser with the rear tail laid out. Remember?
Yep, I saw that. Yeah,
and valid sticker. I mean, and his Berkowitz's son driving it. I can keep going. I can keep going. This, you got people being followed that are peaceful protesters that are being followed. Boozy Betty, Mazza was taken. He said for 100% sure that these people were definitely watching us.
Yeah,
this is fucking crazy.
They're watching us right now.
You know why? They know we're right, and they know we're hot, and we're onto it, man. We're onto it.
Yep.
And and it takes a platform to get it done. And unfortunately, Tom, you and I'm grateful that you had me on. I'm grateful you picked me.
Top flag to carry, right? Yeah. Someone's gonna do it.
Right. Yeah. And like these people in the chat.
Oh yeah, they're definitely watching Joe.
Joe.
I mean,
Joe.
Think of the evidence that would bring given to the feds and to everyone else. Here you go.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, here's the thing about Flip Ahead. He's actually going way back, and bringing up witnesses that are just contradicting what they said to somebody and what they wrote down, as opposed to what they said on the stand. It's just two different things. And then he broke down the whole timeline of Karen Reed being home at 12:36, but Jen McCabe calling and texting, right, John?
Yep.
And who are these people that she deleted? That's what I want to know. And who else knows when you hand your phone over like that? She knew that Gavrino was going to take care of it. She knew.
Yep.
Anybody would. Without a warrant, I'd be like, no, you don't have my phone. What do you want my phone for? No. But she's trying to play it off. And listen, Karen leaves at like 1:30. Guess who called Peggy O'Keefe at 1:34? It's in the call log.
What, Jen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jen.
Right.
Jen.
And then on the ring camera, they walked right by Karen's car at One Meadows. Not one person stopped and looked at her rear tail light.
No, not one. No.
Paul O'Keefe says, no, we're not going to think like that. I go outside and Karen's already gone. But then, you know what? We put it together right after that. Well, Paul, how the fuck did you do that if the car wasn't there? All right. How did you fucking put that together if someone didn't call and say, hey, I heard her say this, right? Fuck you and the fucking boat you rode in on, motherfucker.
So he thinks he's got the inside scoop because someone was there. Yeah. This is what happened. So he's going to believe her 100%.
I just don't buy it, man. What do you guys?
I wonder if Jen told him that in the cemetery where they meet, that little spot they got going on there.
Yeah, I know the spot.
Know the spot?
I do. It's being watched. You know that.
Or you'd be Proctor and put a tracker on the dude's car and watch.
I have known nothing about that.
No. Craziness. All right, listen. You got stuff you got to do. I got stuff I got to do. We got to cut this short. Mike, just like that, an hour's gone. Just like bang, done.
Wow. All right, so listen, I just want to talk about scheduling.
Yeah.
What's going on this week with court dates? I don't know if you have it in front of you. We have something tomorrow.
I don't have tomorrow. There's something I hear going on
with Aiden or with anything like that. No, but the 23rd
Friday.
All right, then the 20th.
Yeah, I think it's something Friday. I think.
We'll get it out there.
There's a lot. There's a lot out there.
Are you going to go to the Canton Fence guys thing in Stoughton?
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, I will be there to support him. We all should be there to support him. He's an innocent guy. All he did was buy rubber ducks. That's it. There's no crime in that.
He's getting put up with 10 charges. 10.
Littering when they took his trash?
Yeah. Yeah, they took the trash down.
And they charged him with littering.
I know.
If you leave trash in the corner, it is deemed open to the public. Anyone can come and take your trash, right?
That's right. Yep.
But that's not littering. Dropping a rubber duck. on the sidewalk is littering.
I
That's
know.
what I was going to pick up.
All right, man. Well, anyways, I think that's
Yeah.
the 23rd. But I'm sure we'll have some more stuff.
Yep.
And maybe we'll be back on Thursday. We'll talk to you.
Yes.
All right, buddy. Have a good day.
Talk to you about
Peace out.
later.
Yep.
All right, everybody. That's a pretty good show. Yeah. Can you hit the like button on your way out? That little thumbs up is pretty good. If you want to donate to keep the channel running, it's Cash App, Venmo, CPU Tom. We're going to try and get a show for Thursday and go from there. There's a couple things going on, and if he goes to court Thursday, I'll still stream it from court. So I'll do my best on that one, so you guys know. But I'm not sure the dates and times, but we will know soon enough. And when I find out, I'll be there, just so you guys know. I ain't going anywhere. All right, everyone. You all have a wonderful day. I'm going to have a great day. So thank you all, and see you Thursday.